Tucked away in the genealogies of First Chronicles, amidst the long lists of names and lineages, we find a man named Jabez. His name stands out not because of his lineage, but because of his story. He was more honorable than his brothers. This distinction is significant as it highlights his character and integrity, yet his story begins with pain. His life was marked by sorrow from the very beginning. His mother named him Jabez, meaning sorrow. This name was a constant reminder of the pain she endured during his birth. She said, "I gave birth to him in pain." This declaration set the tone for Jabez's early life. Despite his difficult start, Jabez chose a different path. He turned to God, seeking a life beyond the sorrow that defined his name. He cried out in prayer, a heartfelt plea that would change his destiny, and his prayer, though short, holds incredible power for us today. It is a prayer of transformation and hope. "Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory," he prayed. This was a bold request for God's favor and expansion of his influence. "That your hand would be with me," he continued, seeking God's guidance and presence in his life. "And that you would keep me from evil," he prayed, asking for protection from harm and wrongdoing, that I may not cause pain. This final plea was for a life that would not bring sorrow to others, a life redeemed from the pain of his birth. 1 Chronicles 4 verse 10 NKJV. This prayer, simple yet profound, is a testament to the power of faith and the possibility of transformation. Jabez's prayer is a model for us. It is a short yet profound prayer found in 1 Chronicles 4:10. Despite its brevity, it carries deep spiritual significance and offers a powerful template for our own prayers. It teaches us how to approach God with boldness and humility. Jabez's prayer is a heartfelt plea that demonstrates his deep faith and trust in God's power and goodness. Let's break down each part of this remarkable prayer. By understanding its components, we can learn how to incorporate its principles into our own spiritual lives. First, Jabez asks for God's blessing. He begins by acknowledging that all blessings come from God and that he is dependent on God's grace and favor. He desires more than material wealth. Jabez is not merely asking for financial prosperity or physical comforts. He seeks spiritual richness and a life filled with God's favor. This shows his understanding that true blessings are those that enrich the soul and bring us closer to God. This is a prayer we can all pray. We too can ask God to bless us in ways that go beyond the material, seeking his presence and guidance in our lives. Second, Jabez asks for his territory to be enlarged. This request is not about acquiring more land or possessions. This doesn't mean he wants more land. Instead, it reflects a desire for greater opportunities to serve and make a difference. It signifies a desire for greater influence and impact for God's kingdom. Jabez wants to expand his reach and be used by God in more significant ways. He wants to do more for God. This part of the prayer encourages us to seek ways to extend our influence and contribute positively to our communities and the world. What does it mean to have your territory enlarged? It means stepping out of your comfort zone. It means embracing new challenges and opportunities. It means using your gifts and talents to serve others. When we ask God to enlarge our territory, we are asking him to use us in bigger ways. We are expressing our willingness to grow and to make a difference in the world. Third, Jabez prays that your hand would be with me. He recognizes his need for God's constant presence and guidance. He knows he can't do it alone. Finally, Jabez asks for protection from evil. He wants to live a life of integrity and compassion. He wants to avoid causing pain to himself or others. He knows he needs God's help to do this. Jabez's prayer is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly profound. In just a few lines, it captures the essence of faith and trust in God's power and goodness. It reminds us that we serve a big God, one who is capable of doing immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine. He wants to bless us abundantly, beyond our wildest dreams and expectations. He wants to use us for his greater purpose, to be vessels of his love and grace in the world. And he wants to protect us, shielding us from harm and guiding us through life's challenges. Take some time today to pray Jabez's prayer. Reflect on its words and let them resonate in your heart. Ask God to bless you, enlarge your territory, guide your steps, and provide you with wisdom and discernment. Seek his protection from evil and trust that he will lead you on the right path. You might be amazed at what God does in and through you. His plans for you are greater than you can imagine, and his love for you is boundless.